Number 9, the graph below represents a function. So which linear equation best describes the relationship between x and y? All right, first of all, whenever I see a graph like this and I need to identify a linear equation, I'm going to find the x and y intercept if I can, and I'm also going to identify the slope. All right, so first of all, y-intercept, that's where the graph crosses the y-axis. The y-intercept here is -2. The x-intercept, where the graph crosses the x-axis, looks to be about 2.5, positive 2.5. And slope. The slope, again, is rise over run. So let's start on our y-axis here, where it's on the y-intercept. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, or rise of 4, and a run of 5, where it meets the next point, where it's right on the point. That's how I found that. All right, so I had this information here. Let's go through and see how this helps me figure out which is which. So for the first one, if I've got 3x plus 2y equals -6, well, the y-intercept for this is when x is 0, and I end up with -2. Okay, that's okay so far. My x-intercept, if I set my y to 0, x ends up being -3. No good. A is out. All right, so let's look at B. B, this is in slope-intercept form, where 4 is my slope, -2 is my y-intercept. Well, -2 is fine for my y-intercept, but my slope is not 4. My slope is 4/5. So B is out. Let's look at C. I'm going to do a little more work on this. Let me see. I'm going to convert this to slope-intercept form so I can see what's what. So if I do that, if I convert this to slope-intercept form, all I'm doing is solving for y. All right, so let me distribute first. So y plus 2 is equal to 4/5 x plus 4, because that would be 20 over 5, which ends up being 4. If I work that further, so again, solving for y, I end up with y is equal to 4/5 x plus 2. All right, let me see. Again, this is my y-intercept, and this is my slope. Well, here the slope works, but the y-intercept doesn't. This is a positive. I need a negative. So C is out. Oh my goodness, let's hope that our answer is D. All right, so here, if I find my y-intercept, set my x to 0, I see that the y-intercept ends up being -2. And my x-intercept, I'm going to set my y to 0 and solve for x, and my x-intercept ends up being 2.5. There we go. We found it. D is the answer.